APTOS is a Layer 1 blockchain designed to be fast, secure, and scalable. Developed by a team of over 350 programmers, it aspires to serve as a cornerstone for the future advancements of Web3. In today's video, we'll review this innovative Layer 1 blockchain that claims to be faster, cheaper, and more scalable than most of the existing blockchain networks. At the same time, we'll be covering a growing concern about this crypto project. Watch till the end of the video to find out what these concerns are and our thoughts about it. So, without further ado, let's get started. What is APTOS? APTOS is a Layer 1 proof-of-stake blockchain that employs a novel smart contract programming language called Move. For the uninitiated, Move is a Rust-based programming language that was independently developed by Meta's Diem blockchain engineers. A Layer 1 blockchain is the base layer of a decentralized network that provides security, consensus, and transaction processing. In some more technical circles, it's called the main chain or the root chain. Some popular examples of Layer 1 blockchains are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, and Cardano. APTOS also has some amazing features that make it stand out from other blockchains. But before we get to that, let's talk about how APTOS came about. To paint a more vivid picture for you, APTOS has an interesting origin story that goes back to Meta's now-defunct digital currency initiative called Diem. Diem was a global payment system that aimed to create a stablecoin backed by a basket of fiat currencies. According to many spectators, this could have made it the ultimate stablecoin. Meta's blockchain project was first announced in June 2019 as Libra, but immediately came under immense regulatory pressure and criticism from governments and central banks around the world. Governments and central banks seemed absolutely terrified by the idea of such a stablecoin, backed by a giant tech company with billions of users. As a result of the pressure, it had to rebrand as Diem. It also changed its design and its partners multiple times, just to appease the regulators and gain approval. But that never happened. After more than 2 years of delays and uncertainties, Meta decided to cut its losses and pull the plug on Diem in January 2022 to focus on other Web3 projects. But not everyone gave up on Diem. Some of the engineers who worked on Diem decided to take the core technology of the project and repurpose it into a new blockchain project called APTOS. In fact, some believe that APTOS was just a rebranding of Diem. These engineers trusted the immense potential and innovation Diem possessed, which could be harnessed for various applications and services beyond merely payments. So, APTOS was launched in October 2022 with Mo Sheikh and Avery Ching as co-founders. Mo Sheikh is the current CEO of APTOS and has years of experience in multinational financial services and the blockchain industry. He was the head of product for Novi, the digital wallet that was supposed to support Diem. He also worked at BlackRock, the Boston Consulting Group, Consensus, and Meridio. Meanwhile, Avery Ching is the current CTO of APTOS, and he is an expert in distributed systems and parallel computing. He was the engineering lead for Novi and also worked on several other projects at Meta. Ching has a PhD in computer science from Northwestern University. The founders of APTOS sure have an interesting resume, with decades of combined experience, but they're not alone. APTOS reportedly has hundreds of skilled team members and some powerful backers and partners who have invested in or collaborated with the project. Some of their partners include Anderson Horowitz of A16Z, Jump Crypto, Polychain Capital, Coinbase Ventures, Binance, OKX, Bybit, Certic, and Circle. APTOS leverages key elements of Diem, such as its smart contract language Move and its consensus algorithm Hot Stuff. However, it also adds new features, tweaks, and improvements, such as parallel execution, low gas fees, and modular architecture. And so that's the story of how APTOS made its entry into the market. Now, let's get back to the features of APTOS. APTOS has some really interesting features that make it stand out from other Layer 1 blockchains on the market. Here are a few of them. Number 1. Parallel execution. Parallel execution means that instead of processing transactions one by one in sequential order, APTOS can process multiple transactions at the same time in parallel. This way, APTOS can achieve higher throughput and lower latency than other blockchains. This allows APTOS to achieve a theoretical transaction throughput of up to 160,000 transactions per second. For context, Ethereum, Solana, and Avalanche can carry out 30, 3,500, and 4,500 transactions per second, respectively. APTOS also uses a novel consensus algorithm called Parallel Byzantine Fault Tolerance, or PBFT, that can detect and resolve any conflicts among parallel transactions in a secure and efficient way. Aptos practically blows the competition out of the water in this regard. Number 2. Low gas fee. Aptos has a very low gas fee of less than $0.01 per transaction, which is much cheaper than the industry average and most other blockchains on the market. This makes Aptos much more affordable and accessible for users and developers. Number 3. High security. Aptos is high security conscious, with a network of validators and a slashing mechanism to prevent malicious behavior on the network. It also uses the Move smart contract programming language to ensure the correctness and safety of its code. Number 4. Developer friendly. Finally, Aptos provides developers with rich experiences through a modular architecture, a comprehensive SDK, and a friendly IDE. It also supports Solidity, the most popular smart contract language for Ethereum, through its Bytebabel transpiler, which allows developers to easily migrate their Ethereum dApps to Aptos. Now, if you're familiar with Aptos, you're probably wondering, what about the APT token? Well, we're gonna cover that now. The APT token is the native currency of the Aptos blockchain. It has an initial total supply of 1 billion, and at the time of writing, its circulating supply is 180 million APT. About 13.5, 16.5, and 19% of the tokens were allocated to early investors, the Aptos Foundation, and core contributors, respectively. However, 51% of the token was allocated to the community. Now, the APT token serves many purposes on the Aptos network, including governance. APT holders get a seat at the table of decision makers for Aptos. They can vote on proposals and decisions that affect the network. They can also delegate their voting rights to validators or other network users. Speaking of validators, APT holders can stake their tokens by delegating them to validators to participate in the network's consensus process. Through staking, they can earn rewards for securing and validating transactions on the network. Finally, the APT token serves as a utility instrument, allowing holders to pay for gas fees and smart contract execution fees on the network. However, like practically everything under the sun, Aptos has its own challenges. Some of these challenges include competition from other Layer 1 projects, potential technical issues down the road, and regulatory challenges. But more importantly, one of the biggest challenges and question marks for Aptos is its proclivity towards centralization. Recent data shows that Aptos has only 102 validator nodes. These validators were personally handpicked by the Aptos Foundation based on their technical capabilities and reputation. It would interest you to know that these validators are anonymous, which doesn't help matters. Some commenters have argued that having only 102 validators is not enough to guarantee the decentralization and security of the network. For context, Ethereum has over 561,000 validators last we checked. Critics claim that this could make Aptos vulnerable to attacks or censorship by malicious actors who could compromise or collude with a small number of validators to achieve their aim. Apart from that, critics also claim that this could give too much power and influence to the Aptos Foundation and its handpicked validators over the network's governance and development. These fears of centralization by the Aptos Foundation are heightened by the crypto project's tokenomics. The allocation of 51% of the total token supply to the community has raised several questions, considering no one really knows what this community is. This worry is heightened by the fact that the token allocated to the community is under the control of the Aptos Foundation and Aptos Labs. This would give Aptos an unfair majority control over all the tokens. Also, the network's tokenomics are not present in the white paper. Instead, it's distributed across blog posts and AMA videos, which can be tricky to get your hands on. In summary, while there's no doubt that Aptos is at the forefront of technological development for Web3, it appears to be unconcerned with the core values of crypto, an example, decentralization. However, it's difficult to say if these worries are serious enough to affect the performance and adoption of Aptos. And who knows, Aptos could also find a way to address these worries in the future. That's all for today's video. If you found our video informative, then please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to get updates on all our future videos.